For about a year and a half now, I've been taking photos almost exclusively on film. It coincided with a rekindling of my love for photography, something I hadn't felt since pre-pandemic times. A few years ago, I was gifted a Canon AE1 for Christmas, thanks to an offhand comment I made about wanting to try out film. Dozens and dozens of rolls and a few different cameras later, well, needless to say, I was hooked. Like many people, I think my initial attraction to film was the look. People talk about the tones and the texture of film, and it's certainly some combination of those things. Different film stocks, processing and editing techniques can all affect the final look of your film, and that adds to its unique qualities. But once I got past the initial excitement over how film looked, I became obsessed with something else. The process of shooting film is what keeps me with it. It's a slower approach to photography. And that's something I badly needed, as I found myself becoming more and more disconnected from my digital cameras. Studying film also gave me a window into the history of photography. That was something I'd missed when learning all those years ago. It felt like I was starting all over again. And I loved that. I'm also experimenting in ways I hadn't prior to shooting film. Lately, I've been getting into street photography. I'm still a novice, but it's something I'd always wanted to try. Maybe it's because many of the greats did it this way, but for whatever reason, film was my motivation for pursuing it. To say it's changed how I look at photography would be an understatement. But 1.5 years down the track, I think I'm slowing down. You see, film has one big drawback. The cost. When I got into film, it was already more expensive than it had ever been. Between buying the film and getting it developed, there's a constant ongoing cost. And it's a cost that, thanks to a number of factors, will seemingly continue to increase. If I want to keep shooting, it's something I'm going to need to consider over the coming months. I have some things planned for the rest of this year that may have a big impact on me financially. And film is a big cost that we'll have to factor into that. Perhaps I'll need to cut back on shooting. Potentially even go back to digital, which is something I'm already looking at options for. I know that despite how much I love it, shooting film at my current rate is simply not sustainable for me right now. And that's something I'm slowly coming to terms with. We're seeing a resurgence of the once dying medium, and I think that's a beautiful thing. more outlets for creativity is always a good thing, and film is no different. And while I am trying to cut back, I don't think I'll ever give it up entirely. There's simply nothing that compares.